Ryan Tannehill was placed on the reserve COVID-19 list, so not going to see him most likely in the third preseason game for the Titans. Not that he needs the work. But this is just a situation to keep an eye on because he hasn't had a lot of practice time with A.J. Brown. But more importantly, he hasn't had a lot of practice time with Julio Jones. Jones has not been on the practice field in full since August 2nd. He's been working his way back from a leg injury. So just as a whole, the Titans' passing game in general. Heath, do you downgrade this team at all? I know you're very high on A.J. Brown. Dave, I know you're very high on Julio Jones. I'm very high on Tannehill, as we had the conversation yesterday, who's the 9th best quarterback. I would take him over Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. This may be enough just to bump him back a couple spots. But any concern, I'll start with you, Heath, about the Titans' passing game as a whole?
I'm not that worried about Ryan Tannehill because he didn't need Julio Jones to be better than his ADP last year. He's been better than that since he became the starter. So I don't worry about him. I'm getting pretty concerned about Julio Jones just because of Jones' injury history and his age and the lack of time with Tannehill in the preseason.
Just do me a favor, Jack. Just timestamp that. I want to talk about Julio Jones when I call him a bust later in the show. So there we go. There's the Julio Jones bust case.
Look, the thing that I like about Tennessee is that they're not going to be afraid to lean on their run game early on if their pass game isn't quite in sync with Julio Jones and A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill all getting that time together. The other thing that I really like about Tennessee is that their schedule is great to begin the season. Cardinals, Seahawks, Colts, Jets, Jaguars. Talk about 5-0. I think there's a real good chance that by the time they get to that Week 6 game against Buffalo, that you will see this passing game in full force.
You mentioned the run game. Fantasy managers, get ready to hit the panic button. Titans have added a running back. It's Javian Hawkins. So the undrafted rookie free agent who was with the Falcons. He was cut by the Falcons earlier this week, signing with the Titans. I'm sure there might be an Arthur Smith connection going on there. I'm just kidding. You don't have to panic. Derrick Henry's fine. This may impact Darrington Evans or Jeremy McNichols.
Might impact Javian Hawkins.
It's probably going to impact Javian Hawkins, but a guy that could be on the practice squad for them. So just keep an eye on the running backs behind Derrick Henry, just in case Hawkins now makes a late push to be the potential handcuff option. But at this point, Darrington Evans looks like the best bet if you are inclined to take the second running back in Tennessee. Want more of the Fantasy Football Today podcast and nonstop year-round fantasy advice? It's simple. Hit the subscribe button and hang with us all throughout the year.